baseball fans. You're watching On Deck with Tyler Redmond.
Should we just go get Trevor Bauer? And that's a name that I don't talk about very often. It's a name that is kind of blacklisted across Major League Baseball, but it's a name that, we have to talk about right now because all things considered, if there was ever a time and there was ever a place to do it, right now in Atlanta may be that place. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying the Braves are going to do it. And you may be sitting at home going, Tyler, why would the Braves not do it? You could get a Cy Young Award winner on league minimum. Why wouldn't you do that? And I can't give you all the answers. I don't know. But what I do know is it's not just the Braves that aren't doing it. It's 29 other teams who probably have a lot of reasons to go sign someone like Trevor Bauer as well. You look at, the Oakland A's who could just use reasons to fill the seats. Trevor Bauer would certainly do that. And there's a lot of teams like that. The Tampa Bay Rays, who historically don't spend a lot of money on big free agents. They could use a boost, right? Anybody like that, any competitor, excluding maybe the Dodgers, would be dumb to not go get someone who's willing to take league minimum deal. And, of course, is a former Cy Young Award winner and still age-wise in his prime. I don't know what he would do against major league hitters on a day-to-day basis, but he is still, young and could still put up numbers. There's no question about that. But, and there's a big one, you have to look at all the reasons as to why not to do it. And I've talked about this before because the question's been asked before. Why wouldn't we go get Trevor Bauer? And I've been there when Brian Snitker, flat out said no. We're going to play that video in just a second. But all I can say is this. The PR backlash that you would get, the potential clubhouse backlash you could get, and whether right or wrong, I know Trevor Bauer is a very polarizing figure in baseball right now. Whether it's right or wrong, whether he should be allowed in baseball or not, he's got the hand he's dealt at the moment. And the only person I can really compare it to is not even in the sport of baseball. It's someone like Colin Kaepernick, who, again, whether right or wrong, whether you agree with it, disagree with him, he's been treated very similar. There's nothing stopping a team from signing Colin Kaepernick. There's nothing, never was. There's nothing stopping a team from signing Trevor Bauer at this point. But no one does. And you have to ask yourself why that is. And a large part of it is the backlash, is the PR perspective, is how will fans react to this, whether it be Braves fans, whether it be baseball fans. How will they react to it? Should the Braves care? Again, it's up for you to decide. But again, I think if there was ever a time for Trevor Bauer to become an Atlanta Brave, this would be it. I'm not saying it's going to happen. In fact, I'll be honest with you, I don't think it's going to happen. I would be surprised if it happened. I wouldn't be against it. I wouldn't, be opposed to it at all, especially considering where the Braves are right now in their rotation. And I think it could be a great story for Trevor Bauer to make a comeback, especially on a team like the Braves who have every possibility of being a World Series contender. That all said, the reason that I am skeptical that it will happen is a pretty good one. It was only a few years ago, and granted, this was back when Trevor Bauer had really just gotten in trouble, and if you don't know what he got in trouble for, I'll let you look that up. But he had just gotten in trouble. This was amidst all of that. I went to a Q&A that Brian Snitker was there, and a fan, to his credit, I don't remember his name, but to his credit, flat out asked Brian Snitker, will you ever sign Trevor Bauer? Here's what he had to say.
Yeah, Mr. Snitker, do you think the Braves would ever look at a pitcher like Trevor Bauer? No.
Now again, right or wrong, that's where he stood at the time. I can't comment as to where he stands right now. I don't know where he stands right now. I don't know that I would ask him where he stands on it right now. I would say that the Braves, historically speaking, don't want to get wrapped up in something like that. And when you talk about Trevor Bauer, the thing that always comes up is you don't want to get on Manfred's bad side, right? You don't want to ruffle the feathers of the commissioner. And it may be an unspoken thing like, look, across Major League Baseball, do not sign Trevor Bauer, right? It may just be that. I don't know. Because to me, there's no other reason why a team wouldn't sign him who either doesn't care about the public backlash or just needs the financial boost of having someone like a Trevor Bauer. And before you go on, before you say, well, Tyler, that wouldn't be that big of a financial boost. Okay, well, think about how much of a financial boost Shohei Ohtani is, right? Even if Trevor Bauer is 10% of that, which I think at least temporarily he would be to draw fans in, you don't think Trevor Bauer's first game back on a big league mound would be highly attended? I do. And maybe for the right reasons, maybe for the wrong reasons. I don't know. But again, I think if there was ever a time, it would be now. Do I think the Braves will do it? I doubt it. I highly doubt it. But again, they find themselves in a situation where if they did it, I wouldn't blame them. Now, that all said, the Braves do have a lot of pitching options. So they could very well ride this out until the trade deadline. They could ride this out to, the whole season. I don't know what they're going to do. It really depends to me on how Chris Sale does, how Charlie Morton holds up, and how Ronaldo Lopez does as well. But again, if all else fails, there is Trevor Bauer. And again, I'm not saying that that's the right answer, but again, I'm not saying it's the wrong one either. So we'll see how it plays out. I'm very interested by that topic. I wanted to talk to you guys about it because nobody is talking about it as far as I can see. I've looked. And that's my thoughts on it. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the whole Trevor Bauer thing. I'd love to hear your thoughts on whether or not you'd want to see him in an Atlanta Brave uniform. I know there's a large contingency of you guys that do want to see him in a Braves uniform. But again, time will tell.
Baseball fans, make sure you like and share this video and subscribe to this channel. As always, thank you for your support.